Alright everybody, welcome to another stream. Today we're going to be doing Underdog. It's a little night draft. We're going to see what the dogs are doing here in the lobby in the evening. Typically a morning drafter, so let's see what's going on here. It's been a good weekend to draft best ball teams, I will say. Seems like a lot of new people out in the streets. You know, got some unique combos this morning on Underdog and DraftKings, so could also be with the promo that DraftKings was doing, kind of the draft two get one free. But it seems like a lot of new faces in there, so hoping for the same tonight on Underdog. Did draft one team today and pull that one up while we wait. We got a nice little New York Giant Green Bay Packer stack. So this is a one-hole draft. So we got usual Gibbs there. We got Jeremiah Love and Chris Olave. So they're kind of the 2-3 turn picks. Scadaboo fell to us at 48, and we also have Loveland fall to us at 49. So scoop those two guys up. Marvin Harrison's someone we don't draft often, but paired him with Love. And then we did something that we haven't done yet, which I kind of want to start doing more of. Pulled up Jaden Reed 10 spots, just because I wanted to get some Jordan Love on this side of the board, because he's almost always on the right side of the board over here. So I wanted to see how that was going to look. But yeah, I think the team turned out well. Got a 2-6-8-2, which is kind of what we're shooting for most of the time. We got our boy Terrence Ferguson, tight end 2. Got Jaden Blue and Adonai Mitchell, so it's a very on-brand team. Got Diggs as well. Been drafting a lot of Diggs recently. So yeah, I thought that was a good one in the one hole. But yeah, I want to try to grab stacks in different spots, especially when I'm on the left or the right side. I mean, in the middle you kind of are more flexible to grab fallers, but both edges of the draft board I like to kind of get different sometimes. All right. So it looks like our draft, we get the one hole again. So 2 drafts in a row of the one hole. Typically I would maybe change it up and grab Bijan, but it's hard for me to do that. I think I'm just going to continue with Gibbs, and we'll just remember, last draft we just went with Love and Olave. So we'll do something different in the second and third picks for sure, but looks like a decent amount of we got one bronze badge here, 2 bronze badges and a silver badge, but then we also have 3 people without badges. So maybe some new people. Big Nasty, it's a crazy name. Big Nasty 420 Blaze It. Wow, that's a good one. All right, we'll go ahead and grab Gibbs as usual. Second draft in a row. We got Harambe in here. Wow, it's a good cast. Rip to Harambe. The draft we did earlier, where we did get some of those good values, there was some weird stuff going on the right side of the board. I've been seeing a lot of people kind of do crazy stuff. 12-13. We'll see if Big Nasty 420 Blaze It wants to get crazy this evening, or if he's just gonna, grab like Genty H-An as usual. Do you see James Cook going at 8? It's a little different from Tupon. Jamar Chase said he's addicted to Raising Cane's chicken. That's interesting. Don't necessarily want my third pick to be eating a lot of fried chicken, but all right, so Big Nasty doesn't get nasty with it. He just does the usual G&T Barkley 12-13. So that's pretty normal. It's the first time I haven't seen Amari and Hampton go in the first like 16 picks, so still waiting on him to fall back to the later second at some point, because seems like he's always going early. Derrick Henry at 17. I think my one share of Hampton this year is on DraftKings, and it was at 28 pretty early on, so definitely will be clicking Hampton if he ever comes back over here, but, you know, for the time being, he's just not a early second round guy for me. We'll see if this is a tight end room or not. I guess we kind of figured that out early. Browers goes at 20, so probably a pretty regular tight end room. Could grab McBride since we got Jeremiah Love last go around at this 2-3 turn here. Love goes at 22. Haven't done Pickens in a minute. Let's do Pickens and Breece Hall. Let's skip McBride for now. I got McBride on DraftKings, I think at 27 this morning, so that was a pretty good spot for him there on DraftKings. It's a pretty early ETN share, 27. I guess he does play Arizona in week 16, so maybe Arch Goda Mega is setting that up. We got CK Cash just ripping 3 receivers. Solid start. Puka Nacua, Nico Collins, Devonta Smith. And Groff is doing the opposite. He's got McCaffrey, Hampton, and Kyron. A little 3 running back start right in the middle of the draft. Got Josh Allen at 31. I've been drafting Josh Allen a lot in the 30s. I finally got him on DraftKings yesterday on stream. I think right at 30. So it's seeing him fall a little more in the 30s more often on Underdog, but still hard to get him to fall anywhere in the 30s on DraftKings, at least in my drafts. Also got Tupon doing the 3 running back start with Cook, Henry, and Javonte. So it seems like a pretty running back heavy room early. Been getting Javonte in like the mid 40s more often, especially on DraftKings too. He's kind of seems to be falling there a little bit. Let's see where Neighbors goes in this draft. He goes at 36 to Big Nasty. Big Nasty 420 Blaze It Too Easy. Sounds like an old AOL Instant Messenger screen name. Could be. So, of course, we're hoping for Loveland to fall to us over here. Would be very nice. With Detroit in week 17 for the Bears, but Burden. It seems like Burden's been going ahead of him a lot. I've been seeing that a lot of kind of early 4th round Burden. Mike Evans too seems to be moving up a little bit. Finally goes ahead of Ibuka, which should be happening almost every time. I don't know why people are taking Ibuka in like the early 30s. Jacobs at 44. He's kind of settled into this like kind of late fourth range, which kind of like. It's a good click for Bud Harambe. Waddle's also kind of moving up a little bit. He kind of rarely goes at the 4-5 turn anymore. Looks like we have a good chance at Loveland here. Unless Dewey here wants to grab a bully tight end team. He grabs Adams. So pretty much all receiver 4th round. We will grab Loveland. And we'll just grab the Scattaboo discount as well. Pretty easy. Was exactly what we did the last time, last draft. Loveland and Scattaboo, and then we had Gibbs, but this one's got Pickens and Hall instead of Love and Olave. Do like Scattaboo quite a bit in the 5th round. I think that's a really good click when he goes around David Montgomery and Swift there. So CK Cash grabs Lamar. Interesting. Typically the Jamar Chase guy is the one who might rip Lamar here at 51. So CK Cash might be getting a little bit different combos there. Don't hate that at all. It's pretty rare to see Jadarian Price go ahead of Bashal Tootin these days, but he does to Jay Dubole. I think rightfully, well, I guess 55 is not a horrible spot for DJ Moore when you have Allen, but I think when I drafted Allen at 33 a couple drafts ago, I got DJ Moore at 57. Thought that was fine. But I don't like DJ Moore at all in the 4th. So we'll see if we can get maybe Caleb over here, or this guy might take him. I guess he probably will. He's got Burden and Adunze. I'm guessing he probably rips Caleb here. He also has double Chiefs, so I guess he could be, yeah, he grabs Jordan Tyson. Could just be kind of pushing quarterback along. Joe Burrow goes to the T. Higgins drafter. Pretty standard. So now we're starting to see some quarterbacks come off the board here. So Drake May goes to 2-pawn, unstacked. The AJ Brown actually fell a little bit in this draft, fell up 23. So we got some receivers going. Parker Washington and Marvin Harrison. This is the one hard part about going through your running backs there is don't love the receivers around this turn. So we might. I mean, that's the main reason we did the whole pull up Jaden Reed thing last time, because not a huge Mekhi Lemon, Pierce, Metcalf, Sutton fan. I do like the receivers a good bit, 96, 97. So I think what we're gonna do is grab Caleb, grab Dak here. Just complete our quarterback room, and we will grab the receivers we actually like at 96, 97. Start loading up on them. So we feel good about our running back room, obviously. Gibbs, Hall, and Scattaboo, and then I like Pickens as a kind of like a alpha in the room there, but you know, 96, 97 is a good range to grab. Josh Downs, Cody Myers, Pearsall, Worthy, Pittman. Those guys are very fine. Also probably a little different that, you know, for the one-hole drafter to have Caleb and Dak. Definitely unique. A lot of Brock Purdy over here. A lot of probably Goff. Trying to think the other. I mean, there's a lot of Lemon Hurts here, which I don't love, just because it's so popular. But I do kind of like the pulling Jaden Reed up here, pulling over Jordan Love to this side of the board. So, but I don't want to do that every time. So, also like Dak. Also glad to get Caleb there too. So. I just think if there's ever like a dead zone at receiver, it feels like it's after Parker Washington, like Mekhi Lemon, Metcalf, Pierce, Sutton. Just don't really want any of those guys at their cost. And a lot of these rooms tend to be pretty wide receiver early heavy, so I like to get it a little different. You know, they're all going to be grabbing the running backs, tight ends later, so you know, we can rip off a lot of receivers that we like later, and then we're done at quarterback, so also we're good there. Probably just going to do one more tight end, and it's probably just be a 5 running back room. Could be 6 though if we want, but could do a 2 5 9 2 is what I'm thinking. I'm also the first guy with two quarterbacks, so everyone is just grabbing receivers, pushing quarterbacks. Seems like a pretty normal tight end room. No one's fallen too far yet. But, you know, all the guys that we mentioned earlier are still here, so if we can get 2 of them, we'll be happy. So a lot of running backs in a row here. Dobbins at 93 is pretty early on him. That was to the guy that took 4 straight receivers to start. Got Purdy with the Hurts, week 17 guy. He unstacked, but it's easy to backstack Purdy. All right, Myers goes. So, I mean, Michael Wilson. Nah, I'm good on him. Has to fall a lot more for me to want him there. Let's grab Downs. And let's grab Pearsall. Feels pretty good there. Do you think both of those guys could have pretty big years? You know, just would rather have Williams and Prescott, and then I think Downs and Pearsall would easily can outscore pretty much all these receivers that I mentioned that I didn't want. So kind of the rationale there of why I kind of did what I did, but just don't want to, you know, have Hurts, Lemon on every one whole team. Just not something I want to do, because it seems to be a pattern for every, you know, just an easy thing to do. Everyone seems to do it, and then it's easy to just want Purdy here, you know. If you want to beat like 500,000 people, you gotta get different, but in a smart way. So 2-3-3-1 now. We're definitely behind at receiver, obviously, but we'll just keep drafting them. We'll also look out for potential tight end too. I do like Goddard quite a bit, especially with Pearsall. Be a nice little correlation there, but I think Goddard should be going a little higher than he is. with the trade. 135 ADP feels pretty good. I mean, I don't know how he's going after like Isaiah Likely. I mean, at least should be with Kincaid and probably ahead of Andrews too. I mean, definitely ahead of Ferguson. I mean, as a DAC drafter, gonna have a little interest in Ferguson, but just not my favorite player. I think he needs an injury to either Pickens or Lamb to be relevant. And if I already made a bet on Pickens, already made a bet on Dak, it doesn't make any sense for me to take Ferguson here at 120. I do think Ferguson at 140, 145. That's viable, but just not where he goes. So seems like everyone's kind of grabbing their second quarterback by now. We have this guy in the 6 hole who still does not have a quarterback. I guess he has late guys. Baker with Bucky potentially. Yeah, he's missed everybody else, so let's see what he does. He does have Aaron Rodgers with Metcalf as a later guy. It's probably another good spot as well for me to grab Stephon Diggs over here, because he's a good click on these kind of later receiver rooms where you're trying to hit some ceiling later in the drafts. So Ingraff grabs his first quarterback, grabs unstacked Kyler. Not the worst, not the best though, as far as late unstacked clicks go. All right, so I definitely don't want Chris Rodriguez. Wan'Dale's not bad. Baker's still here as well. We don't want him though. Probably don't want Kelsey either. Probably just try to push Goddard maybe to that 140 range. Guess we'll grab Wan'Dale. He's fine at 120. And then I think we're gonna grab Diggs. Try to find a little ceiling, a little bit of floor with Wan'Dale, a little bit of ceiling with hopefully Diggs in a good landing spot. But we like where we're at now, 2, 3, 5, 1. So I feel like we kind of caught up back now at running or at receiver. So we're hoping for maybe like a Goddard type here in the 140s. Maybe a good running back 4, or receiver that we like. So we're flexible. You also can see where Jake Ferguson goes. We'll definitely take him here at 140. Got 3 guys on the right side of the board without any tight ends, so I'm guessing we'll see some go pretty quickly here in the 11th and 12th rounds. So Ferguson goes at 126. That is okay. Don't love that price on him, so we will let Ingraff grab him there. Kelsey at 129 is a pretty good price on him. Two guys over here, Cade Calander and Rababs, both have 2 running backs through 11 rounds. So that's pretty zero RB-ish. I guess it's more hero RB-ish. They have Cade has Chase Brown and Tracy, and then Rababs has Walker and Dowdle. So both those guys will be playing catch up for sure at running back the rest of the draft. which is good because we're going to be kind of playing catch up at receiver. So Kincaid at 135 is a really good pick as well to Cade. But like we said, it only has Tyrone Tracy as your running back 2 is not feeling good there. Goddard goes, so we don't get him to fall, but that's all right. We have Loveland, you know, we can kind of do whatever as our tight end 2, but it is nice to get a correlated piece with some upside as well, like Goddard, but also not going to force it. Looks like there's a decent amount of receiver clicks here. We've been clicking a lot of Jalen McMillan, so maybe we do somebody different. Maybe grab Ted Hurst maybe later. We're grabbing a lot of Woody Marks too, so maybe we will avoid him on this team just to get different. Is there any other tight ends that we would want here? I wouldn't mind Chig, honestly. I think he's a pretty good. It's a pretty good tight end too, for sure. So I think we're gonna do Chig if he's available, and then Chig and either Jennings or Shaheed. Haven't clicked them a whole lot. So Trey Tucker goes. Let's grab. I think we did grab Shaheed. I think that's a DraftKings. Let's grab Shaheed here. Got some good buzz today from OTAs, and then let's grab Chig Okonkwo as our tight end 2. So we got 2, 3, 6, 2. You know, Woody Marks, been grabbing him a good bit there as our kind of running back 4. So let's just keep pushing running back. There's a couple guys we like late. Shaheed is a nice upside click there, and then I do like Chig a lot as well to go with Loveland. So we're done at quarterback, we're done at tight end. Ryan Flournoy would be nice as well with Dak. We can potentially get later, but he's been kind of going all over the place as far as, you know, I see him in the 150s, see him in the 160s. So we'll see what happens with him. Denzel Boston too. Seems to be harder to click. I always feel good about clicking him. It's pretty early Trey Tucker too, 143. I did see a positive OTA note on him as well today. I think they said, I don't remember what it was, but just mentioned his name and goes up around. So everyone's very price sensitive when there's not much news going on. We could also just do 5 running backs on this team. Probably makes sense since we started out so strong with, you know, Brees, Gibbs, and Scattaboo. Definitely want Jaden Blue on this team because it fits nicely with Dak. Not sure, I'm not even sure how good of a receiver he is, but just any pieces in an offense is good. Especially if he's the number 2 running back, which we're hoping for. Yeah, I think 9 receivers in this team would be ideal. So probably shoot for that. 2 5 9 2. And I think I did mention, where's Ted Hurst go? I wanted to get Ted Hurst because I have been getting a lot of McMillan lately, and I do want to hedge a little bit with Hurst. Where is his ADP these days? He's at 183. So probably can't force him. So if we get him at 192, great. If not the end of the world either. But I'm guessing the Baker guy would grab him before us at 191, but not a big deal either if we don't get Hurst. Could also just do Sean Tucker and Tank Bigsby here, potentially. Just kind of close the room out. Or Brian Robinson. I've been clicking him a decent amount as well. So Sean Tucker goes to Baker Drafter. We will grab Flournoy. And let's do Tank Bigsby on this team. He looked pretty good last year in the number 2 role in Philly, and he does correlate with Pearsall. Also with Shaheed in week 15, so. So we can grab Jaden Blue, 192. Give us a 3rd Cowboy for our stack, and then probably just 2 receivers to close it out. It's been a little harder to get Malik Washington at the end. Been doing Malik Washington and like Skylar Bell or Keon Coleman, kind of Dolphins Bills late correlations, but it seems like Malik Washington's kind of going up a little bit more. Which I could see on DraftKings, but a little surprising on Underdog. Just not a great Underdog player, I would think, Malik, but seems to be getting some good buzz in camp, or in OTAs, I should say. I also could grab a 3rd tight end and do 8 receivers, but I think I'd rather. I mean, the receiver room does feel pretty good at this point. So I guess like Greg Dulcich would be pretty good there, and then we could do the late bill with him. So we'll see if he's even available here at 192. The Malik Willis drafter passed on him, so he only has 1 tight end. Only has Kyle Pitts. I'm guessing he is hoping for Dulcich to come back here. So we'll see which Dolphin potentially is here to set up a final pick Buffalo Bill receiver. Ted Hurst still out there as well that I wouldn't mind clicking on, or Zachariah Branch would be nice. Malik Washington. We love Adonai Mitchell. A lot of options. So the CK Cash guy who started out with 4 receivers still only has 4 receivers. So that's interesting. He grabbed Puka, Nico Collins, Devontae Smith, and Waddle, and then has just drafted quarterbacks, running backs, and tight ends. He grabs Cooper Kupp as his 5th receiver. So a little bit interesting construction there. I think looks like we might have our chance at either Malik Washington or also have Ted Hurst too. Probably would prefer Ted Hurst here and just grab Jaden Blue, and then okay, so Hurst goes to the Baker guy, so kind of figured that. I mean, I said we feel pretty good at receiver, so let's go with the 3rd tight end. Let's grab Dulcich, and let's grab Jaden Blue as our 5th and final running back. And then we will finish it off with a Buffalo Bill, either Keon or Skylar Bell. But yeah, feels pretty good. Obviously, we need a big season from pickings for this team to really work out, because Josh Downs, Pearsall, Wandale, Diggs, Shaheed, and Flournoy are fine, but do need another upside swing. And I do think one of those Bills final picks would be nice. But the running back room feels really good. It's a little bit thin with with Scadaboo kind of coming off the injury, but Brees and Gibbs definitely studs there, and then Bigsby and Blue are just contingent, maybe slight weekly producers, not much though. Maybe help with a couple bye weeks, but then our tight end room feels really good. Loveland, Chig, and Dulcich, and then obviously Caleb and Dak. Definitely is a strong quarterback room. Got a lot of correlation too, so just need one of these. I mean, don't want to wish an injury, but this team definitely, see Lamb were to go down, this team would absolutely be set up well. So it's another thing that is an out we have for this team, but could just have a big season from Josh Downs. Could be the Indy wide receiver 1 easily. Ricky Pearsall could take a step forward with the Kittle injury and really have a big year. Wandale could have a big year in Tennessee, be their number 1 guy, and then obviously Diggs could sign a number of places and be really good. So got a lot of stories that we can tell on this team. Let's see, the Malik guy, he took Njoku and Ferguson, so still able to get Ferguson there at the end. Worked out pretty well for him. Could have been his plan all along. Maybe he didn't even want Dulcich. Guess we'll never know. Wow, Andre Yosifovs, hasn't seen him drafted on Underdog in a while. He goes to CK Cash, who was the guy who started out with a lot of receivers and stopped, but he does have Lamar, so little week 17 correlation for him there. Don't hate that. Still see Adonai Mitchell out there as well. Be hard not to click him over one of the Bills, because probably just, well, we have Brees. So I don't know if I want too much Jets exposure, but Ayuk as well, maybe. As a last pick, I don't hate that. I'm guessing this guy takes a receiver for sure, because he's... Oh wow, Savion Williams. Okay, well, that was not on our radar as a pick, but doesn't help us in our decision here. So, all right, all of our guys are there that could take. Let's go ahead and grab Ayuk on this team. 49ers are going to have to deal with him at some point. Either he's going to have to show up, they're to cut him, and then I'm guessing Washington signs him. We'll just see what kind of football shape he's in. Probably take a while to get up to speed and everything, but, could be a contributor at some point. So I'll take a shot on him with the last pick. Let's recap the team quickly here. So we got Caleb Williams and Dak Prescott. Running back room of Jahmyr Gibbs, Breece Hall, Cam Scadabo, Tank Bigsby, and Jaden Blue. So feel good about that. Receiver room's a little thin. Definitely need some upside. Some guys to perform well this year. But Pickens, Josh Downs, Ricky Pearsall, Wandale Robinson, Stephon Diggs, Rashid Shaheed, Ryan Flournoy, Brandon Ayuk. And then tight end room, we have Colston Loveland, Chig Conquo, and Greg Dulcich. So it's a good 2-5-8-3 squad. That is number 83 for us, so we are moving along quickly here. but I do think the winner will be drafted on the early side. But I do always think that, so always an early drafter. But yeah, like the team, good correlations. We will see how it pans out, but appreciate anybody for watching the stream today, and we'll be back either tomorrow or Tuesday with the next stream. So hope everybody has a great night, and thank you